Hola mis amigos! Welcome to Lights Out League Racing, and we're back again today for our race in Spain. Sunny Spain, not so sunny Spain. And you join us for Division 2's race at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. And as you can see, it's dripping wet. It's soaking wet. It's like, what's it like this week? It's like the bedpost at a girl's teenage. It's like the bedpost at a teenage girl's sleepover. There we go. There we go. Good evening, Callum. Good evening, Theo. It was a joy. Good evening, Ted. It was a joy to watch you all, and hope you enjoy the race that we've got here. You've had your time, and now it's the time of the Div 2 boys, and they know how to put on a show. We had a brilliant race at Vegas last week, which saw the guy on screen, Katamise, have one of his best races in his lights out. Let's call it career. No, well, good. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for Theo, and glad you had a good race this week. Get some points on your board for your team. Yeah, it was just unfortunate he lost out on the race win to penalty removal from Lennon, and him and his teammate Sygate will be looking to get some brilliant points on the board. And we're just waiting for Harry to join in as well. He'll be joining Keezer in the McLaren team. Keezer, we're looking to get a bit of a slipstream or time off Katamise as he jumps in for the first hot lap of this session, and it is a damp, wet one as he goes on the run down to turn one, where you want to go as wide left as possible, turn in late, and just touch the apexes of both turns 1 and 2. Turn 3 very tricky, where you're going to try and avoid losing your traction going wide. We saw 1 and 2 and Div 1 go wide. Turn 4 again, maximise your track, go wide left, hug the inside, then go wide out again to open up, ready for turn 5. When you go wide right, touch the curb. Curbs are tricky in these conditions. Go run downhill towards turn 6, and then climb back uphill. Turn 7 and 8, where it's a flick left, flick right, and then the normal dry conditions, it's flat out round turn 9, where it's very easy to run wide and touch those track limits. DRS would be open in those dry conditions as well. We're going to see 1 or 2 overtakes in the race round turn 10. Takes a very weird line at turn 10, too much of the apex if it was me. And then round turn 11, the Sauber needs to get out of the way as Katami's on the hot lap. He might be enough ahead. Oh, he almost loses traction on the corner. Managed to keep his car going round the final corner, turn 14, drifting round the corner. Oh, but keeping it within the white lines, but sets the first lap of a 25.4, which I think 1 or 2 might be that 26.4 for Keys or so. And as we saw on the Div 1 race, that drivers will have their cars full of fuel and just let their laps unfold as they set 1 or 2 laps. Now, what I want to see is we're going to see many drivers on the track, as Harry has joined. 1 or 2 drivers. Times falling. As we see Magel just cross the line for his first lap. Jumps up to P5, just ahead of Charlie with a 26.7. Got his P3 in Vegas last week for the Challengers Championship. Both Mercedes boys 3 and 4 at the moment. 3 tenths between them. And Josh got his first race win in the Challenge Championship last week. So Vegas, congratulations to him, and he'll be looking to emulate that as well and try and get further up the grid. For Division 2, Wesker's slotted in, currently P2, couple of tenths behind Katamise. We did put the Shearer God up him. He nearly shit himself thinking Portuguese was going to be racing. He's not. He's lucky. His teammate goes P6 for now. The 26.5. As Lennon, the race winner last week, 25.5. These two are going to be hot in each other's tails. He's going to be on the cat's tail. The cat's going to be going meow because he's all over his tail. Currently P2 for the Aston Martin driver. Kessler in the Red Bull P11. As Mr. Terry's Reds. Currently takes P6 in the Williams for now. His teammate John, 28.3, so a bit of time to find for him. Across the line is Rels. I couldn't find his name earlier. It's Rels, P4. Filling in for the Alpine team. With Skin Shaggy reserving as well. Both Briddy and sorry, I'm having a sip. Project I. He'll be back with us, I think, from next week. So both reserving. Brilliant to have them both. And it's Rels' debut, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Ted reckons he's going to be the winner. We shall see. If he does romp it out, we'll move him up to a Div 1 reserve. As Lennon takes provisional pole. Chessball's got up to P3, Keys are up to P4 with a 25.3, so these times are dropping. Everyone in the pit at the moment. Ricky coming out on his outlap, so Ricky reserving for Benedict. And it was Krills. It isn't anymore. He's in P12 at the moment. He's reserving on his debut. Both RBs reserving are on their debut, filling in for the RB drivers of Benedict and Red Devil. Be interesting to see how they explode as Wesker takes provisional pole. First one in the 24s and blows that one out of the park. 24.4. 9/10 ahead of Lennon. It shows there's plenty of time to find for everybody else. Oh, so who was that? Who's got themselves up? It's going to be pretty tight, I reckon. Be interesting to see the newbies, how they fare. Keys coming round corner for another hot lap. That wasn't a fast one then. So what car am I looking at here? Terry's fastest middle sector. Must be Ricky, I think, on his debut lap. Chessball goes into the pit. We've got a Mercedes across the line of Josh. As Terry's jumps up to P5. And half a second. Benji's invalidated, so he's not going to improve this lap. Shaggy wants some prawn. Shaggy wants the pits. So let's see what Ricky USA can do. Coming around turn 9. Looks a little bit like Tokyo Drift. And sector 2. Very tricky conditions. Goes very deep on turn 10. Katamis jump back onto the front row, 24.5. So you see there's plenty of more time to find as the track temperature heats up. I'll do a bit more later. As he's validated. He's going to have to go again. Keys are up to P3. He'll be chuffed with that, Mr. Geezer. There's one thing you can guarantee about Mr. Geezer. He knows how to put a lap in. And he knows how to send a shit clip in to the stewards. Foggy as fuck. 24.0 for Wesker. These times are dropping now, so this order is going to change completely. Josh goes up to P3. I was just about to go on him. He's caught me off guard. 24.9. Got a Red Bull crossing the line next. Charlie Goat on a starting his hot lap. Alpine next to Rels. So currently P8, so just a warm-up lap for him. Got a Rari. There's Magel across the line, P11, 26.7 for him. The current lead of Team Egg. He's going to poach the motherfuckers out of everyone else. I hope no one poaches him from the league. Big John, 26.3, P10. Absolute banging time for John. Sygate's sitting in the pits. Callum, can you remind me if anyone's got a quali ban for Div 2? I can't remember. With 1 or 2 not yet setting a lap. Everyone's in the gravel. You're not a rake. Wesker's in the pits and chest bowls on an out lap. Have a look. I think Josh is going into the pits. Charlie Goat around the final corner. I can't see if he's up. He'll be up if he jumps up the order. He is up to P8, 25.6. Just 2 tenths behind Mr. Terry Reds. So we see Raoul's got to take his place. 25.5. It's getting very tight in that midfield. Is that Benja for his first? No, Magel. Stays P12 for now. Benji boy, P3. Mercedes on the row 2 for now. Kessler, currently P15, just struggling in the wet conditions, 28 flat. As this is Benja now for his first run of his teammate, P12. I bet his head scrambled. As Keys crosses the line, improves his time but not his position. Sygate. So yeah, the only one's Sygate. So if we just got... That was Ricky then. Managed to get time of the board. Up to P9, 25.4. Mr. USA. America. Fuck yeah. Here to save the motherfucking world, yeah. Chest bowl. Crossing line P7. Is Harry in? Or is he still disconnected? Because he hasn't set a lap yet. So I'm going to quickly send him an invite. Because he just looked like he just joined. He's in and out like the Okie Pokey. It's a shit one though. He's not online showing, so I can't send him an invite. Invite? It's like I'm from New York. Invite. Nice, Mr. Lennon. Getting out the way at the moment of an RB. And also, it looks like no one's on a real hot lap at the moment. Risky. Shaggy wants some prawn. Found a second. Not quite enough as yet. Shaggy. Nagel's up to P12. Detached himself from his teammate as Benja goes around for another lap. He's the full egg. Magel's the splattered one. But Harry is in, so he's coming round for an out lap. Keys goes in. Quick tyre change. Is that Lennon on a lap? Oh, needs to lose his back end, round 14. Doesn't improve, stays P6, 25.3. Out lap here for Josh. We've got coming over. It was Skrills. Terry Red's up to P6 now. Rels follows him through, or goes through first. Terry's follows in through. Your pants splat. Catamese is starting his flying lap. Harry's coming round to start his first flying lap. He's got a car all over the back of him. He's getting out of his way. Who's that? It's an Alpine. What's the Alpine doing? Alpine goes through. Shaggy, we're not in the race. Stop it. Benja's invalidated, so he can't improve. He improves his time, though. He'll be gutted. Invalidation there for Charlie on his out lap. Let him off. Lennon. Ooh, he's found 2/10. He's going to get a nice little slipstream at the start of the Charlie's lap. And it almost goes wide again, Lennon. That's going to cost him. It doesn't cost him this time. P3, 24.6. 10th behind Katames. Wesker starting his lap. Is that Josh? Could he improve? He could not. What colour's that one? I'm colourblind. I can't see my colours because I'm colourblind. John's on his out lap. It's Terry Reds' lap. Coming down, hasn't improved on this lap. Needs some more. How do you like it? How do you like it? Katames is pushing and invalidated. He's going to have to go again. We've got an Alpine. He's in the pits. It's Shaggy and Harry. So Shaggy stays 17. Harry stays P18 with 29.2. He may have a little bit of time to go. Benja. He's invalidated again. Just both starting his lap. Who's coming across the line? It's John. Stays P14. So we see Charlie come. Can he improve on his current P11? P2 for Charlie. Now, I did not see that. 24.3 for the Red Bull. Woo! And Ric Flair. Woo! Wesker crosses the line. Doesn't extend his time. He's still got a good 3/10 on P2. Landing across the line for another warm-up lap. What can Terry Reds do? P6 above Josh, 24.7. Just a couple of hundredths between him and Josh. Katames on pole, 24.089. That's 12 thousandths, and that's quali over. Was that the lap that Katames needed? So that's it, people crossing the line. McLaren's in the pits. We've got a Rari next. It's Benja, who gets himself P12, 25.5. Chespol comes around the final corner. And we'll start P9 highest. Williams of John, I think then John will be P15. We've got one or two coming into the pits. Oh, it's not Kessler. I'm getting caught out by these colours. Next is Keyser. Keyser's on pole. 23.9. Oh, he clips by Wesker. I bet he slapped him in the fucking face with his dick. 23.6 for Wesker. Josh goes up to P5. Next up, the Aston Martin. Lennon will start at P6. Could not find any extra time there. Terry's round the final corner of P14. Look nice and smooth. What can Terry's do? P6, the highest for him, 24.5. Mercedes of Benji. He's already got him pole. P3, second row for him ahead of Katames. Magel, he's over 6/10. And P9 for Magel. Kessler's struggle around the final corner. He's not going to improve with that wiggle. We'll see what Katames can do. We won't see what Katames can do. 4 for him. Maybe got put off by Kessler. But what a time. Cataly's cooking, of course. But he was eclipsed by Wesker. 23.6. Another pole for him. But Geezer, I thought he had it. 23.9. I'll join him on the front row. Benji and Katames row 2. Charlie and Josh row 3. Terry's P7. Lennon P8. Magel P9 and Chespol ran off the top 10. Reynolds P11 on his debut with Ricky alongside him. Benja 13th. Krills 14th. John 15th. Kessler 16th. Shaggy, Hale and Sygate. We'll start from P19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19 Katamise says he's got impeded. Send your clip in, Katamise. People will get the quali bans. They will learn. Now, what people need to learn is not press ready. Oh, I thought Keys was having a poo. He was helping his mum. So drivers will be sorting out their setups. Like Div 1, no hard tyres in the race, which means it's all about tyre preservation and strategy on what tyre you're going to start with. We found majority drivers started on the softs. There's only 3 that started on the mediums and did fare them well, to be fair. But it's all going to be tricky, and see if everyone navigates through those first couple of corners too. Great track, this one. It's a good mix of high and low speed corners, with turn 3 being critical for having good balance on your setup. Someone that had a good setup was Alonso, which is his last race win in 2013. Everyone wishes for him to get another one, but it's going to be very tricky in his current car, won't it? So I'll get a quick slip of my beverage. A bit of neck lube. Ah, lovely. So a big shout out to Benedict again, who's missing in the Visa RB. Got engaged, of course. I think last week, was it, a couple of weeks ago. And he was elbow deep in his misses. I bet he's dived in full whack this time. He's doing a reverse berth. You'll just see his little pinkies hanging out. He's going to be deep in her, celebrating, and I don't blame him. I'm jealous, really. I'm jealous, really. So Wesker leads us round the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. 4.65 kilometre clockwise circuit, 14 corners, 8 to the right, 6 to the left, with the 2 DRS zones. 1 down the start finish straight, 1 kilometre, and 1 coming after turn 9, which Wesker's approaching now. It's a 38% chance of a safety car and a 25% chance of a VSC. We saw nothing in Div 1, and I'll be impressed if we see nothing in Div 2 too. Amazon says it's a potential two-stopper. With everyone starting on softs, apart from Benji, Katamise, Magel and Cygate going on the alternate in quotation marks. You don't want to do more than you need to with a 22.2 second pit stop, as Wesker will jump into his grid spot. Kiesa will join him on the front row with Benji P3 and Katamise P4. Good qualifying from them all. Charlie P5, he'll be happy with that too, with Josh alongside him. Terry's P7 and Lennon P8, both championship contenders, will be looking to nudge each other off the line. P9 for Magel, Chessbowl P10. Ricky! P12 with Benja, P13. Alongside him is Skrills, both Ricky and Skrills on their debuts. John P15, Kessler 16. Shaggy 17. Shaggy wants some prawn. With Harry Hale and Cygate both behind. And Wesker's in his grid box. It's a 595 metre run down from pole to turn 1 braking point. It's going to be a spicy couple of corners, and I do have my fingers crossed that everybody makes it through safe and sound. Ricky! There's Ricky in midfield. Hopefully he'll make it round. But it's 2, 3, 4, 5. It's Spanish lights. Arriba Rambe Tequila! That's Mexico. I fucked it. It's away we go. Everyone looks like they've made it away. Nice. Wesker's got a good launch. It's side by side with the Haas and the Red Bull of Charlie. Charlie's got himself up for position. Good start from Lennon up a couple of paces. Magel's had a terrible start, but it looks like everyone's potentially made it through. A little bit, a couple of love taps, but no damages yet. We've had a little collision at the back here with Magel and Harry. Looks like someone was inside them. You pay good money for that, so I wouldn't moan. Skin, Shaggy and John have gone down to the back. Magel's lost 5 places, but good start from Cygate up to P13. He'll be absolutely chuffed with that, especially doing no running in qualifying. Katami's losing a couple of places with his tyres yet coming up to temperature, but we'll come to him later on the race. I love that shot when you see the cars winging round, as we've got side by side with Terry's and Chessbowl. Chessbowl on the inside of turn 10. Terry's on the outside. Who will have better traction? Terry should have the inside of turn 11 and 12 and get himself up to P8. And Ricky took advantage of Chespol's wide line up to P9 for the RB. And DRS will be active as we approach lap 2. All wide line there from one of the Ferraris. Is what's going on there ahead. No weaving there, Ricky. Be careful, mate. As Chespol just couldn't quite get past. We're looking to the next lap. So big train as Terry's on the inside of Josh on turn 3. That's a brave move from the Williams driver. You don't see many moves that are successful, but he's made it stick. And up to P7. He's been on the podium for the last couple of races on the in the professional championship, and he'll be looking to I1 as we go. But he's got a way to go. Everyone above him are all professional drivers. Josh is the lead current challenger driver. And he'll be looking to add some extra points to his championship challenge this season. Ricky all close on the back of Josh. Let's say Ricky's filling in for us for. He's driving over the grass. It's not lawnmower simulator. Keep it on the tarmac, otherwise you're going to be testing those track limits. As Keyser all over the back of Wesker, and Keyser's in for a shout for a race win here. I'm not going to tempt it. Commentators cursing all that. As Katami's on the outside of turn 1. Brilliant move from the Haas driver. And we saw a brilliant move from Katz in the Haas in the first race in Div 1. And Katami's just followed suit up to P4. And Charlie left him plenty of room as well. It's a brilliant racing. The train just unfolding a little bit, so he's now become a front 3 as Charlie and Katami's were battling. And, you know, I think track limits will definitely play their part, and I do emphasise to all drivers, especially those one contending for the win, just don't let the penalties be the reason why you didn't. Currently Resca's leading the way, but Keys are looking for his first podium of the season, and I'm backing Keys to get his first one of the season. Got one last season in a very, very tough grid, but he's unsung with pace alongside these here, and he breaks away. It was actually Spain last year, so he got P3. So maybe it's one of his tracks. Chespol showing his early pace as we see the drivers ahead, side by side of Charlie and Lennon, side by side through 1 and 2. Brilliant driving between these two, but it's very tricky to not get locked. Oh, Charlie goes off wide, locking wheels with Lennon. As I was saying it, he went off. Have to be careful not to go on track unsafe. We'll come back on in P12 as Benja goes on through, splitting apart the Ferraris. You could see it happening sometimes. But, sometimes it is racing. You've got to. Sometimes you just can't leave the room that you want. I think there was plenty. And you just can't turn in and end up locking wheels. We'll see how Charlie just needs to get his head down. Showing he's got some good pace in his car. As Ricky takes a quick look at Rels in the Alpine. It was very well held. You know, it's one that you can easily just spear straight into the barriers. But very good control of his car. So, Sygate had a good early start. Got himself up to P14 from P19. Just found himself at the back of the train at the moment. I'll be waiting for a train with Charlie and Magel. Magel taking a quick look on the outside of turn 1. Charlie tries to hold his line, but brilliant overtake from the Ferrari. And I'd say good control again from... that's what's happened to Harry. Harry's lost it coming round turn 1. Lost a couple of positions. He found himself down P19, but managed to get his car going again. No damage on his car. So there's potential just either wheel bumper, loss of traction for the McLaren driver. His teammate. And he's still in P2. Katamis, who's lost Terry's a little bit, is looking to close the gap on this front 3. It's still very close after lap as we're navigating lap 5. Terry Red's up to P5. And he'll be joining the party. Lennon, a little cork in the bottle. And he's got to train all the way down to Benja in P11. That's what's happened to Chessball. He's gone on the grass. A little collision potentially with Ricky. Like Ricky might have had a lost an end plate. I wouldn't be surprised if one or two make an early pit stop. It is might as well do it now. He has lost an end plate. And he's got Kessler all over the back of him. Benja on the inside of the Alpine up to P8. Getting pushed round the corner as Kessler makes a move on Ricky! Oh, brilliant move for the Red Bull up to P15. Skin Shaggy gets done. He gets done because he's not on the track. Harry Hale with a brilliant overtake on his debut. I think Skin Shaggy needs to... I wouldn't say the overtake was done by the skin of his teeth. Wesker still leading the race. There's Josh. Oh, what's happened to Lennon? Round turn 9. I think he's lost traction there because he was ahead, and Josh managed to get himself through, gain a couple of seconds as well. And Lennon's just stuck with this train behind him, and these soft tyres will start wearing really quickly. We found most drivers pitting between lap 6 and 8. Will anyone try and do an early undercut? I think softs, mediums is the best strategy. Or any altercation of that. If I remember rightly, I think Portuguese managed to go till about 13 laps as Ricky's first one to pit, and he had the damage, so it's best to get that wing change, try and do a bit of an undercut. You lose about 5 seconds extra with the wing change, but he can come to you with the undercut. And he'll be going on to potential... no hards, Ricky. Ricky, you're going to get disqualified, Ricky. Ricky, get off the hards. You're going to have to pit, my friend. Skin Shaggy makes a move on the inside of Harry Hale. Round turn 3, brilliant overtake, very brave one. Which you saw Terry's do a couple of laps ago. Get off them, Ricky, you're going to get disqualified, you naughty bastard. It's now a front 4. Katamise joins this battle for the race win. Across the line, I know. Ricky! Bianca's going to have your pants down. You're going to get gingered. Will anybody be close enough to make a move? Keys is not quite close enough. As we see Lennon pit and we see Benja pit getting off the soft tyres, trying to do an undercut. So it'll be interesting to see how their race unfolds as everyone starts making their first pit stops. Terry's has made one as well onto the mediums. Lennon's gone into mediums. Josh is just running his own race comfortably in P5. Who else went on there? I thought I saw someone else. I must have been confused. He's still got this front 4. Katamise has got ahead of Benji. I missed his overtake, I apologise, but apparently it was a more interesting thing to see. To see somebody pit. But who will pit out these front 4? As we see the Williams drivers exchange positions. A bit of team play there. With Terry's on fresh tyres. And he'll want to try and get past Kessler as quick as possible. John will have DRS off his teammate as well. So we'll help pull him along and challenge his battle with Kessler. Oh! Kessler going wide onto the gravel. Nearly losing control of the car and hitting Terry. He's managed to keep control of it as Josh goes in. And Charlie bit my finger. As we see John go in for his pit stop. Could have been all over for Terry's. Could have lost his back end. Lennon and Josh both going through. Has Josh actually come out ahead of Lennon? As Katami's actually got ahead of Keys on turn 5. Brilliant overtake from the Haas. On a different strategy, and we'll have better tyres with the mediums. Harry Hale going in as well, onto the medium tyres. I think Ricky got the memo. Ricky, a plonker. This is front four. Surely we've got to see a Wesker and a Keyser pit. Benji hanging on with this front four as well. As we do, both diving in. And Katamise now takes the lead of the race for the first time. Benji just over a second behind him. We want to try and close that gap. Now where will we see the likes of Rels, Sygate both yet to pit. Magle's going through. Seems like a long pit there from Wesker, but it might just be me. Oh, it's Terry's. So Terry's here. Almost doing the undercut. He's done it on Keyser. Comes out just behind Wesker. So Terry's has officially joined the hunt for the race win. Brilliant pace shown by Terry's pitting a couple of laps earlier. Lennon 2 seconds behind Keyser. So Keyser's lost out in the pit lane by a couple of seconds. It was Krills going in on his pit stop, coming out on the softs. Ricky! Get in the pits, Ricky! Go and see Phil. He'll change your tyres for you. Go see Phil, please. I don't want to disqualify you, but at the moment you are. I'm sorry. It was clear as day. We couldn't say it any clearer. Charlie just fallen out. Just within DRS of Benja. As we see Rails getting off those soft tyres now. Promotes Sygate up to P3. Benji boy is caught up to Katamise. And we're looking to take the lead of this race. Katamise will try and defend as much as he can. But Benji has shown some brilliant pace. He's had an unfortunate couple of races for the first two, but he's looking very strong this race. I don't want to commentate, curse him. Skin Shaggy and Kessler both in the pits. Kessler going on the mediums. I don't think he's close enough yet to make a move on Katamise. Katamise very much a wise head when it comes to his ERS strategy. A very nice undercut from Terry's on Keyser. Keyser's lost out a couple of seconds on Wesker, but Terry's is in with a shout here for the race win. Won't let Wesker get away with this. Keyser just needs to get his head down, hope they battle, which he's gained a little bit of time. I think Lennon's the one that's kind of lost out a little bit, and Josh has fell down to P9. But he's in a good stead as all those... Sygate takes the lead of the race. Go on, my guy. Katamise. Benji all pitting. Magle pitting as well. So Wesker and Terry's go through. Keyser goes through with Lennon in the background. Benji taking provisional fastest lap. And out come Benji and Katamise ahead of Lennon. That's not what Lennon wants to see. Hasn't managed to do the undercut. Magle's coming out on the soft tyres. And will come out behind Chest Bowl. But on those fresh soft tyres, that'll be an interesting battle between the Ferrari and the Sauber driver. So Wesker with the net lead then. Keyser is gradually closing in. That's what we want to see. Make this a battle, because Katamise will be closing in, bringing Benji boy with him. Leonard has actually joined the party as well, so it could potentially be a 6-car battle for... Oh, Raki reckons Cat's going to take Keyser out. No, I'm not. No. I think there's easy enough opportunities to make a move down the start-finish. Sygate now decides to pit. Brilliant race from Sygate, and he's led some laps for Lights Out League Racing. He can have that on his CV. As Katamise closing in on Keyser on the inside of turn 1, and there's nothing Keyser could do there. Bring the overtake from the Haas again. And Keys will be pulled along by the Haas driver. 2 seconds to make up on the front two. Terry's still struggling. On the inside is Benji on Keyser as well. Brilliant overtake on turn 4. Keyser doesn't need to battle too hard. If they work together, these three, they can close in on the front two. Stay within a second of each. It's now under 2 seconds for the race, battle for the race lead. And with DRS, Katamise has got some straight line speed on him. And we'll bring Benji and Keyser with him. Lennon's just dropped out of that battle at the moment. We'll try and close the gap. And to be fair, he'd have to look in his rearview mirror for Josh, the current lead Challenger Championship driver. Oh, it's going to get spicy. Oh, we got a yellow flag. I think that is at the back there, Skin Shaggy. Just lost his traction coming out of 4. Managed to keep his car going, so that's good to see from him. Retired last week. But it'd be good to see getting some points on the board in the Div 2 Championship. And some valuable points for the Alpine team. Front 2 still going. Terry's just following Terry's round for now, but we've got this great battle here for P3. Benji just needs to keep his eyes front. Just don't worry about Keyser. As we saw an overtake behind with the two Visa RBs exchanging positions. Ricky! He's letting them past. He's disqualified anyway. He's on the hards. It's a no hards race. He's a very naughty boy, and Skin Shaggy has called it a day, retired in the pits, and we do thank him for retiring in the pits. It is very respectful for the others. 1.2 seconds now from Katamise and the front 2. He's just slightly dropped Benji and Keyser. As Rels getting up to P9, making a brilliant overtake on Charlie at turn 10. Charlie just finds himself in the midfield. Showing great pace and goes wide. Now this track's been known for on this game to. Thanks for joining us, Shaggy. We'll maybe see you next week. I think we've got 1 or 2 issues and glitches with track limits, so the order may get mixed back up again as Charlie's pushing round the glitching rails. That happened with Caps Lock in the first race. If anyone hasn't seen it, go back and watch it. Caps Lock goes off on turn 2 into the gravel, then reappears on track. I thought it'd gone absolute carnage, but no. Katamise is now within DRS, and he's following on some fine form from last week. He's looking for that race win. Official. Well, he officially won the race, but got dropped back down to P2 from a returned penalty for Lennon. But I think a lot would congratulate Katamise for getting that race win. But at the moment, it's running P3. We've got Benji and Keyser just a jar off the front 3. And I'm sure that gap will close very shortly. Terry's very tight on Wesker. He's basically Wesker's thong. Tight up his arse crack. Chest bowl. I think Charlie's had a moment somewhere, but a little bit of wheel banging. Chest bowl makes it through though. Very forceful as Sidegate does the same move. Brilliant move from the Haas drive up to P12. And that's a penalty there for Benji. Ricky! Stop overtaking your teammate, Ricky. That's P14. From Mr. America. Fuck yeah. They need to work together. Get some valuable reserve points for the missing RB boys. Harry. They're holding up the grid at the moment. His debut race. All valuable experience and points. They're closing in now. Benji on the front 3. Bringing Keyser with him. Josh just not quite close enough yet to Lennon. Just within touching distance. As this, we're over halfway of the race now, lap 17 of 33. We've still got another pit stop at least to go. As we'll jump on with Sygate. Oh! Tries to make a move on the inside of turn 1. Was he left enough room from Charlie? Managed to keep his car going. Brilliant handling for the Haas driver. We'll have to look in his rear view for Magel, which he thought he'd left behind in his wake. Josh is closing in. That gap is getting small. I'll tell you what isn't small. Terry's one cover penis. It's like a pensioner's leg. But the gap is extended now, and he's fell out of Wesker's DRS, which is going to put him under big threat from Katamis. Here's Wesker's tyres as he pushed too hard and wore them thin. Katamis is known, and I think he's going to do it. Is he close enough to make a move on the inside of turn 1? He takes a look on the inside of Terry, side by side. Katamis rides the inside curve, gets himself a track limits. But he's got himself up to P2. Terry should try and fight that back. But while those two are battling, in comes Benji and Keezer. Hello, Poppet. Terry's is known for... to be fair, actually, a couple of seasons ago, Terry's was missed a penalty. He just couldn't stop getting them, but I think he's worked on keeping it within the white lines, and especially this season, he's managed to reduce his penalty count as Sygate gets up P11 ahead of Charlie now. So managed to bide his time. Next lap on turn 4, got himself up to 11th spot, and he's just outside. If he can close the gap on the cars ahead, actually I think he's in P3. Is it currently running P3? Yeah, in the Challenger Championship. Well, if that's the case, then whoever's racing against him wants to report it and try and put that. If it's the one where he's getting the advantage of getting himself a penalty, I don't think it's that much of a penalty advantage really if he gets himself that. So Terry's just struggling with pace at the moment. He's just dropping back, just teetering in and out of DRS range. I don't know where teetering the saying comes from. I'm just in my head. I imagine like milking a cow, and like you're pulling on the teats, like left, right. You're like teating. As Chest Bowl's losing a couple of positions. What happened to the Kick Sauber? Around turn 4, he's lost a few places. So what that does definitely promote Sygate. Yeah, well, you're speaking from experience from Div 1. I think he's lost traction and Dirty Air's cost him then. As what was that ahead? No, Sygate! I was champing you on and I've cursed him. Keep it on the track if you need to pit. 13 laps on the mediums. Maybe do another lap on these, and then if you pit and go on the mediums, you'll be laughing. That's brought promoted Magel as Terry's, and Benji. Hard but fair, but Benji gets himself up to P3 ahead of Terry's. They both come out of DRS range of Katamis, who's closing in on Wesker. Geezer just rubbing his hands, waiting for something to happen. You can see the dirty air on the aerodynamics off the car. That's Chest Bull ahead of Sygate, down to turn 1. As John and Grills goes into the pits, getting off these soft tyres that be really harsh. After 10 laps, they'll be going on the mediums to the end. Decent debut from both of the, well, I say both. Ricky's on our tyres, the plonker. Sygate struggling there to keep within DRS of Chest Bull, but they'll be hunting down Magel. As we've got some pit stops now from the front, boys. Katami's the only one gone through Wesker's pit. Lennon, Keezer and Terry's all in. Josh is in as well. Hopefully Josh doesn't get held up. Let's just keep an eye. He doesn't double stack. Well, that would be an absolute bummer. I think he's got enough gap. He does. So everyone's going on to the medium tyres till the end. Katamise has retaken the lead of the race, and everyone potentially doing an undercut on him. Sygate's gone in as well, getting off these soft tyres as expected. Nagel gone through. So Benji hasn't actually pit. I missed that. I thought he'd gone in. Two parts of the Spider-Man meme. Now second and third. Italian hand gesture for Kessler. Spanish hand gesture. I get my castanets out. Get my maracas out. Riba, riba. I keep going Mexican. Fuck me. Fuck me. Send me home. And John in the pit as well. John having a decent race. Comes out ahead of Harry Hale. As we see Terry's getting up to P6. Around after the DRS of turn 10. And Chess Bull getting past the... Oh, I say get past. He's just lost a couple of positions to back to Magel and Lennon. His tyres probably wearing thin, the same as Magel. As Lennon gets past Magel, Magel's struggling and he's going in the pits. Both of them as expected. Struggling. Approach Lennon up to P9. Probably not doing as he'd like to. As Keezer taking a quick look on the inside. Ooh, almost a late move. Italian hand gesture for Magel. Speeding in the pit lane. Ricky goes through on his hard tyres. He's going to get banned from the race. Oh, Keezer trying to make a move on Charlie's old tyres. Just making contact, doesn't expect. I don't think he realises traction of Charlie is really hard. He's got a better line coming out of turn 5. And that's a move up to P7 for Keezer. Lost a bit of time though to the guys in ahead. Terry's lost 6.5 seconds to Wesker. What are you doing? Put your walking stick away. Katamise and Benji still going. Are they going to look to go on soft tyres to the end? Where we're likely to see them pit in maybe a couple of laps. Benja and Rels potentially doing the same strategy here as Rels. Currently running P4. Not close enough to make a move on Benja. There's Terry Reds. As I said, he must have heard me as his walking stick. Charlie now pitting. Setting the provisional fast lap. Eclipsed by Josh. 15-1. Wesker's caught up to this battle for P3, although it is on fresh tyres. He won't want to get held up too much, which will bring Terry's back in play. You don't want Gary's? I'll call him Gary. Gary! Wesker's just getting slowed down through this middle sector. He'll hope to try and double overtake on DRS. He's got a better traction out of turn 9. This is a bit of a defence there from the Alpine of Rels. Left Wesker plenty as well. Brilliant driving from the Alpine on his debut. He's got a yellow flag from a Willie. What's going on here? Battle in the pit lane. Must have been Josh. I think Josh has lost it coming out of turn 8. As Rels is in as well. It's a brilliant battling as Benja goes through. Benja takes the lead of the race. I said that. He had the lead of the race for about 200 metres. Harsh, Wesker, harsh. As Lennon takes the fast lap 14.8. This time's dropping. Benja running in P2. Katamise does come out on fresh softs ahead of Benji. Right with them, there's Keezer though. And Lennon. We've got a 4-way battle here for P4. Net P3 because Benja hasn't pit yet. We've got a lovely battle here between Charlie, Sygate and Magel. Not quite close enough to make a move yet, and you can see Chess Bowl sniffing like a dirty predator. Picking up the knickers on the floor. He's a creep. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Wesker's just storming away now. Brilliant drive from the Sauber. Now that he's emptied his pants full of crap. He's settled down and just extended his lead in the race. Didn't have the best of races last week in Vegas. But just showing what he can do. Benja's still yet to pit. Interesting to see where he comes out. We'll have a storming finish to his race. But 9 laps to go, including this one. And Terry's will try and close his gap on Wesker. It's going to be hard. He's closed it down to about 5.5 seconds. Katami's has got Benji Boy all over his gearbox. Geezer just staying within arm's length, but he's got Lennon for company. Here's Lennon. Lennon able to make a move with the aid of DRS. Benji hasn't on his attempt. It's not. I don't think it's a long enough run to be able to do an easy enough overtake. We'll stick with him down the start finish. As Terry's has managed to overtake Benji, who's deciding to pit now. Smart move. Once you start dropping down the order, your best just jumping in as Katami's is promoted up to P3 and sets the fastest lap at the moment, 14.4. And Benji goes through. Can Lennon make a move on Keezer? Takes a quick look. The race winner from Vegas. Not does yet. As Josh goes through up to P7. And this is a good race from Rels, you know, P8 on his debut. I think he'll be really happy with that. As Ricky finally decides to pit and got off those hards. Little too late, my friend. Little too late. Yellow flag. Looks like it's Benji. Dropped down the order a bit. I hope that wasn't with Katami's. Or is it a loss of traction? It's I've done it with him as well. I think people are just losing traction through the dirty air, like Callum says. P9 for Wells. He lost a couple of positions. Be good for Benja. Doesn't need to get held too much behind him. He's got a massive gap between him and Josh. So Keezer, Lennon and Benji now battling for P4. If Keezer can go, Keezer's got himself up to P4. Can he close the gap? If he can get it within the 3 seconds and Katami's penalty stands, it could be that podium that I was on about that Keezer desperately wants. But Lennon behind him, I bet it'll be a dirty shit and pinch it off him last minute. Down to Sidegate with DRS. I think you need to be probably about 3/4 tenths, just over half a second behind, so not close enough to make a move yet. As we can see, Chesbowl still lingering behind, but Magel looking to close that gap. Oh, Lennon gets himself a penalty. That'll take a bit of breathing space away from Keezer, as the gap's extended between him and Katami's. I think Lennon's gone wide, cost him some time. Keezer just put his head down there, see if he can close that gap between him and Katami's. Katami's tyres will wear off in about 3 laps. And it'll be a difficult end to the race. Those on the medium should breeze to the end. That's another good race again from the Haas driver. Let's check on with John. And a good battle here with Krills. As Benja gets the fastest lap, 14.2 on those fresh softs. John be looking to make a decent overtake as we still talk about decent overtakes. Chesbowl getting past Sidegate up to 11. Not quite close enough to Charlie as yet. We found 1 or 2 drivers just finding traction a little bit difficult. as like I just mentioned that Callum suggested. Dirty Air's playing its part. He's still running P4. Just not managing to close that gap yet, but like I said, Tyre will play its part as John and Krills. John just still stuck behind, so good defence there from the RB driver. Good line, inside line from John. You can see every single race that he does, he's getting better and better, more confident. A lot more smoother line as Harry gets himself a track limits on his debut. Just getting overtaken. I think he's moving out of the way of the cars lapping him. You just move out of the way on track. You don't have to go off track, my mates, and get yourself penalties, but good to have him on board. 4.4 second gap. Lesker in the race lead. As we've got another yellow flag. It's around the final corner. It's a Haas. Oh, Sygate around the final corner. Has lost his traction. He's probably run on the curb. He's damaged his wing. Thankfully, it's not a safety car. It's one of those crashes that causes one. He's kept it going. He's probably going to have to pit. He might go to the end. Depends how much time it's going to cost him. He might only lose he's going to probably lose 3 positions. But he'll have racy tyres at the end. As we jump back on John, who makes the move down to turn 1. Williams driver up to P15. And no matter where you are on the grid, overtakes feel fantastic as the RB driver goes wide. Nearly ends up in the gravel, covering the crowd in bits. As Lennon, down to turn 1, makes the move on Keyser. He's been waiting for. As we go back behind and see a similar move. Oh, bit of wheel banging round turn 13. As Chessbowl stays in P10 ahead of Charlie, but Charlie will have DRS, really retake the position. Down to turn 1. Chessbowl needs to be careful how much he's moving on track. On the outside of turn 1, brilliant. Oh wow, brilliant move from Charlie in the Red Bull. As we see Sygate get overtaken, just struggling now with that damaged wing. Running so well. Just needs to finish the race. Get his decent points in this championship. He's just trying to stick with Lennon. But Benji boy will be having none of it. He'll be trying to get his way past. As he goes, oh, that won't help. Dirtied his tyres in the process. And we'll just give that a bit more advantage to Keyser. Closing the gap on Lennon as we see Charlie and Chessbowl exchange places again. Charlie on the inside, but has to slot behind Chessbowl. Brilliant move from the Dutch driver. Using the DRS at turn 10. Having a great battle at the finale of this race. As the gap's now 4 seconds to P3. As we see the potential soft tyres just wearing a bit thin. Both at it again, these pair. Ooh, on the inside of turn 3. Chessbowl just losing his traction. I don't know if it's racing incident or not. It didn't look like there's too much contact. But there's a collision model on this game, can be quite fierce. And it's a tricky corner to navigate. Benja's closest gap on Josh from about 6.5 seconds down to 1.6. He's absolutely flying on these soft tyres. And with on the penultimate lap, can he actually achieve the mission of gaining this extra position? He won't be able to get past Benji, but it might be a possibility to get past Josh. Keys are still sticking, and if he like I say, it won't be a foregone conclusion if the penalties get rescinded. As they're at it again, Chessbowl now getting past Charlie. If Maybe Charlie let him pass. He had a bit of an advantage. I don't want to do a disservice to Chess Bowl's overtake. But maybe Charlie felt that he caused that collision or not. Oh, Keezer just fell out that 1 second. If he can get within that 3 seconds of Katamies, the podium and track will be his. Wesker starts the final lap. And I think he's just been coasting now. Terry's has been trying to push, but he's not going to gain 3 seconds. It's under 3 now. Terry's maybe trying to do a fastest lap at the end. As we've got another yellow flag. Looks like Harry just letting guys pass, so nothing too mad. He's all over the back of Lennon. He's got 4 seconds and he's gaining an extra second on this final lap. It all depends on Katami's tyres. Well, one thing to say is that in both races, no one's got that many track limits that they've got themselves disqualified, which is a bonus. And really good showing from the Div 2 drivers. 18 drivers out of 19 finishing. You love to see it. I'm really proud of them all. As Charlie and Chessbowl exchanging places again. Charlie up to P10, going up to turn 4. But what he'll do is go to turn 14, jump on Wesker as he goes around the final corner and takes a race win in Barcelona. Terry's crosses the line, takes P2. And Katamies will cross the line. Will he get that P3? I think he will. It's another podium. Keezer gets promoted up to P4. Brilliant race from the McLaren. So close to getting that podium. Lennon will take P5. Benji comes home in P6. Mercedes getting 6 and 7. Benji coming home P8. Tried to push, get himself under 1 second, but just not enough. On his debut, Rels will cross the line in P9. Good showing for the Alpine stand-in. I think he'll be chuffed with that. There's Charlie and Chessbowl cross the line. Chessbowl will jump him on penalties. P10 for him, and Magels come home P12. Some good points for the Ferrari. He might drop down on penalties. Those Ricky, who gets disqualified anyway. So Magel will take that P12. John will come home, crossing the line in P13. I think that might be his best finish, you know. And he will do so. Brilliant drive from the second Williams and Sygate. That unfortunate spin on turn 14, hitting the wall. Had a brilliant race. And we'll come home with P14 with Ricky's disqualification. But Wesker takes that race win. And he'll be absolutely chuffed with that. Takes that top step. The Austrian. Following his race win and round 1 in calendar. Gets to spray his spunk everywhere. Fastest lap will go to Benja. Extra point for him. Driver days given to Terry's apparently. Sygate the most overtakes. He had a great start on the first lap. So yeah, brilliant race. So Wesker taking that win. And it's reasonably comfortable in the end. Terry's taking P2, another podium for the Williams driver. Katami's coming home P3. Brilliant drive. Reasonable strategy from him. Keys are coming home P4, unlucky for him. Lennon P5. Benji Boy P6. Josh taking the win for the Challenger Series, Challenger Championship P7. Benji P8. Rels P9. Chessbowl P10. Charlie Goat P11. 12th for Ricky. 13th for Magel. 14th for John. 15th Sygate. Grills 16th. 17th. Yeah, Harry finishing off a couple of laps behind with Shaggy the only one disqualifying. So what a week it's been. Some fantastic action for round 3, and this season starting to unfold with some brilliant battles in both divisions in all 4 championships, and we'll go into more detail next week of how they lie. And next week we'll be back to normal format, 50 short qualifying 50% race, and it's at Zandvoort. Reverse, tricky, and it'll be the first time we've done that track in this league. I'm off to go and get some scram because I'm absolutely starving. My name is Alex. This is Lights Out League Racing. Thank you for joining us. See you next week. Peace out.